Hey guys, so I'm just here to update you on everything that's happened since my last video. Like I said in my last video, I had a meeting with the first meeting with my recruiter, Martinez. I met her. She is an amazing woman. She's wonderful. I love her already. I've known her for the second day I've ever talked with her, and I already love her to death. But so I went there. I was so nervous. There was no reason for me to be nervous either. Like I sat down, asked all the questions I wanted to ask, got all the information I needed, and she just laid it out for me. And I was just like, wow, like this is something that I know I need to do. I need to join. Like I need to do it. But I still hadn't talked to my parents yet about it, and I didn't know how they were going to react. I didn't know anything because I've never brought up going to the military. I've never even mentioned it to my parents at all. So I was really nervous about telling them. But so I left there like excited, ready to go. Like I want to join. This is gonna be great. And I had to go pick my mom up from work that night or that afternoon. I got done. I got there at like 2:45, and I got done around 4:45. So I was there for quite a while. But I was supposed to pick my mom up at 4:30, and she's texting me, calling me like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And I text her back, and I was like, "Oh, I'm at an appointment. I'll be there by 5." And she's like, "Okay, what appointment?" And I didn't respond because I was in the meeting. And so when I went to pick her up, she's like, "What were you doing?" And I was like, "I'll talk to you about it later," because I wanted to talk to my parents at the same time. I didn't want like just my mom to know and then have to have a whole nother conversation with my dad. She's like, "I'll talk to you about it later." She kept bugging, kept bugging. I had to pick up my other friend. I had to pick up one of my friends from work so I could take him home too. And then right when I dropped him off, she was like, "So what is it?" She was like assuming a bunch of things. I was like, "It's fine, Mom. Like, I'll talk to you about it later." Sorry. And so I get home, and she walks into my room, and she was like, "So are you telling me that you're not going back to school? Is that what you need to tell me?" And I looked at her, and I know I had this weird look on my face because she knew. She knew exactly what I was going to say. Well, kind of. And I was like, "Yeah, but not really. It's not that I'm not going to finish school. I'm just not going back to APU." And she was like, she blew up. She blew up. I was just like, oh my God, I did not expect her to react like that. She blew up, and she's like, "What do you mean you're not going back to school? What are you going to do? Blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "I want to join the military." And she instantly got mad. Walked out of my room. Like 5 seconds later, she walks back in, and she's like, "Where is this coming from? Why do you want to join the military?" She was like, "You're in school right now. Why are you going to quit? Blah, blah, blah." Just saying a whole bunch of stuff, like telling me I'm throwing my life away, telling me I'm breaking all these commitments to everyone and everything that I've made, and just basically telling me this is like a horrible decision and I can't, or I shouldn't do it. So I tried explaining to her what everything that Martinez has said to me, and she wouldn't listen. She was just shocked. She was angry. She was hurt. She was scared, like everything. And my mom's like a control freak. She likes everything under her control, and she couldn't control a situation, so she didn't know how to react. So we were fighting off and on. She left my room. I didn't even end up telling my dad that night. And my room is on the opposite side of my house, so we sleep on the opposite side of the house. So then she starts texting me a bunch of stuff, like basically the same thing. "Why are you doing this? I don't understand." And then she asked me, I want to start laughing at this. She came in my room, she's like, "So you want to kill people?" And I was like, what are you even talking about? Like, no, just stop. And but yeah. Anyways, I didn't end up telling my dad, like I said, but it was fine. This morning, she started to come around to it, or she was so pissed this morning. She called me this morning at like 7:30, 7:45, and she was like, "Since I couldn't sleep at all last night, you're not going to sleep right now." And I was like, okay, like half asleep, like listening to her yelling at me on the phone. But I told her I had another appointment today at 10 with my recruiter, and I was like, I'll get you all the information that you need so we can sit down and talk about it, so you know everything that I know. And she's still not convinced. So I go to my appointment with Martinez at 10, and I tell her, she asked me how it goes, and I'm just like, it was horrible. Like, she blew up on me. She was so mad. I couldn't even get anything out really, and she was just completely against it. Told me I was throwing my life away. It was a horrible decision. I was breaking my commitments, everything. And then she was like, okay, well, I can come over later today and talk to her if you'd like. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I need. I need you to, like, lay everything out for her, tell her everything that's going to happen, and see where it goes. So she's like, okay. So I call my mom. I'm like, she's going to come over tonight at 4:30 when you get off work. I still hadn't told my dad at this point. So she's like, you need to tell your dad so he's not blindsided when they get here. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'll tell him. So I went and picked my dad up from work at 2:30. And we're driving in the car. And I remember thinking, okay, don't tell him too soon before you get home or you're going to be stuck in a car with him yelling. So I was like, okay, I'll wait till we're like halfway, almost home. So we get there and I'm like, crap, I need to tell him before we get home. And then so I was just like, hey Dad. I looked at him sitting next to me. I gotta tell you something. And he's like, he gives me this look and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, so I've been thinking about joining the military. And he was like, he was totally cool about it. He was like, I really think that you should get your degree first. And my dad's totally against Obama. So he's like, hopefully you have a better president leading you in the future. He's like, just be careful. He's like, if that's what you really want to do, then do it. Blah, blah, blah. Basically just telling me I need to finish my education. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, no yelling, no anger, nothing. He's cool with it. So then 4:30 comes around and Martinez and her boss, like the head recruiter, come over. So I'm like, oh, this is real. So I have my sister Missy come too, and it's me and my parents and my sister Missy, and then the two recruiters. So they lay everything out for my parents, exactly what it is, how I can still finish my education, how I can get the rest of my education paid off, because right now I've been going to school for 3 years and I already have $40,000 in loans. And those are loans that are going to follow me for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to pay that money off being a teacher. There's no way. So they explained to us that they can't reimburse me for the loans that I already have, but if I continue my education in the military, I'm not going to be gaining any more debt. Like, my debt's going to stay at what it is right now. And that's what the catch was for my parents. They were like, okay, like, we don't want her to have to be paying this debt off for the rest of her life. Like my sister is, she's a kindergarten teacher, and she's going to be paying off her debt forever. So that was what caught them, and yeah, so they're on board now. My mom went out and bought me some stuff to study for the ASVET for. Bought me some notebooks. I bought a book to study with, so I'm on my study grind right now. I need to get better in my mathematics. So I got a pretty good score on the practice one that they gave me in the recruiting office, so I'm not worried that I'm going to fail it. I'm just more worried that I'm going to get a low score and get a shitty job right at the beginning. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next week. So I take my ASVAB on Wednesday of next week. So I don't even know what date that is. Whatever date that is, I don't know. But yeah, I take that on Wednesday, and if I do well on it, I'll be going to San Jose for MEPS in August. So yeah, I'm excited. The ball is rolling, and I'm getting somewhere. Like, I'm really going to do this. Really going to join. I'm going to be in the military. I'm not going to be going to school anymore. I'm not going to be playing softball for APU anymore. God, that's just another conversation I'm going to have with my teammates and with my coach. I'm nervous for that too, but it's good right now. I'm just glad that I got my parents on board with what I want to do, and they see the good that I'm going to accomplish more than I could do in college, because I'm going to be working and going to school at the same time. They're not going to be having to give me money like they have been for the past 3 years, and that's the main thing. I don't want to have to rely on them for finances. I have my whole life. I'm 21 now, like, gotta start doing stuff on my own. But that's been my experience so far. Hopefully it just keeps getting better and better each time. So keep you guys updated after I take my test. How well I do. Hopefully I do really well. I don't know. I just don't want a shitty job where I'm scraping paint 24/7. And I'm gonna have to do it eventually, but ugh. Oh, and the good thing is, since I have so many college credits, I'm going to be starting out as an E3 instead of an E1. So it's a pay raise already, not starting out at the bottom, which is great. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I just want to sign up and go to boot camp already. Like, I'm ready to go. So yeah, keep you guys updated on how everything goes in the next couple weeks. I probably won't make another video until after I take my test, because I know I've made 2 this week already, but yeah, so yeah, go Navy. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a dork, I know. Whatever. Bye.